Hello guys, now it's 7:30 and today I'm traveling to Hubei province actually. Haven't been traveling for a long time. I actually planned to travel in July, but because of some some problems that I need to go visit a beauty machine supplier in Hubei province. So I'm taking the bus almost I think I need to take like 6-7 hours bus today altogether because there is one transfer.
Been a while since I've seen you around. Funny catching you here on my ground. You look good, I can tell you've been sleeping. Isn't this the kind of party you hate? I can tell what you think in your own, 'cause you're making the worst of it all. Did you think by now I'd be crashing in bed and straight through the wall? Same as I ever was. I do it all because life's too short to not live wild. Same as I ever was. High on a couple drugs. Life's too short to not live wild. Live wild. Live wild. I don't care about the consequence. I don't need it all to make any sense. You always hesitate to have a good time. I hope you're happy in your house of glass.
Hello guys, I have got back from my trip to Hubei province. It was a 2-day trip and most of the time I was on the bus and don't have much time filming. So I think I actually went there to visit the factory of a supplier that we have problems working with. And yesterday morning I finally got to his plant and we asked the questions I wanted to ask and we had a talk. I think basically problem solved. And about the trip, I think the good thing about taking a trip is that sometimes you feel it's only 2 days, but you feel like it's quite a time. If you stay in the same place and go to the same like workplace and go to the same cafe every day, it's kind of like the time is so fast. But if you're on a trip, you feel like it's more, how to say, it's more things happening and it feels well, actually, what I want to express is that it's good to have a break every now and then by a trip, that you could think a lot and think of the things in your life, especially on your way. On Friday, I took actually 10 hours bus, and yesterday was almost altogether 8 hours. When I got home, I got a halo. It's kind of like China's. It's kind of like Uber, but it's a shared one, and it was faster. So I think sometimes it's really the bus drivers are really not honest, especially if you are not familiar, if you are from the not local. On my I need to go to the city of Suizhou in Hubei province, which is, I think it's almost close to Henan. And the first day the driver told me that I bought the ticket to Jinmen and I want to transfer the bus from Jinmen to Suizhou. And the driver told me that, oh, you better go to Xiangyang because Xiangyang is more close. So I add some 40 RMB to him and he took me to Shanghai. But yesterday, only until yesterday, I realized that he took me a longer way. I should have take off in my original destination place. It's actually quite common with bus drivers in China, especially in the cities in the mainland, that they would persuade you not to buy the ticket from the station, but buy in private from them. It's cheaper, but but sometimes it's just not very transparent, and you can't always trust them. And I have to say that every time I travel, also when I was in Dongguan, it's also the same. I think it's out of my occupational habit that I always make notices of the factories I see on the road. Yeah, sometimes I see that relative bigger factories, where I see impressive factories. I will make notice, and I will check a little bit of them in maps, and so maybe in the future, if I need, I might, set up cooperation with them. I think it's a good habit. I have realized one thing, that more and more smaller factories are moving to relative remote places for cheaper rent and maybe also cheaper workers. Last time I went to a yoga mat factory in Fujian province. It was also quite remote. The Didi driver and I, we were there to 3 rounds, and like 20 minutes to finally find that factory. It's you need to go inside a village lane, and then yes, several rounds. So I see that this could be a trend. This supplier that I visited in Hubei, I talked with him, and he said he had his factory in Guangzhou and moved back to Hubei, to his hometown. One of the most important things is that he could take care of his family, his parents, and yes, his wife and his children, and while in the meantime and having lower cost relative, especially for the rent. But in the meantime, you will confront many problems, or to say many shortages, if you work from the mainland cities, where the industries, most of the industries are in Guangzhou, so you might face problems of shipping, and could be slower, and also if you need to buy the materials from Guangzhou. Well, anyway, I would say the reaction chain would not be as fast as when you are located where most of the of your competitors and of companies of the same industries gather. But I do understand that when you need to take care of your family, for me personally, I also realize that as your for example, as your mom or as a dad, they grow older, the more they are like more reliable to you, like more dependent to you. In China, it's I would say generally it's very family oriented. It's not the same like that. You will see in China, there are many that the older people live together with their children, either in the hometown city or in the bigger city. So the grandma and grandpa help to take care of the grandson or granddaughter, and in the meanwhile that they are taken care of by their daughter, or their song. So yes, when I was in Guangdong province, I always not envy, but I always admire that the Guangdong people, they always have big families, like have several sons and daughters. So it's a quite big family. Because for me, I'm the single child, as I have told in my videos before. So it's a relative much smaller family. Okay, the city that I visited this time, Suizhou. On my way, I saw several big like truck car factories. So as I talked with the supplier, also he said the main industry is the, how to say, the car and the truck, the automobile industry in that city. Yes, and maybe agricultural product. But I feel on a trip, although this is a business one, but either a trip or you're in the bus or you're in a train, where all you could see is farmland outside the window. Actually, besides looking at their cell phone, I know some people prefer to play games on their cell phone, but I prefer to think about things that in my life and the people in the past and future plans, yeah, things like that. I feel it's a relief for me, and it's not bad. It's kind of like a film of yourself to reflect. Now this is the time of summer, so I saw on the road that the lotus are blooming, lot of flowers, and also it's the time for grapes, because here from Hunan to Hubei, here grow a lot of grapes, and also watermelon. So there are a lot of farmers, they selling their own watermelon or selling their own grapes on both sides of the streets, the country roads. So yesterday when I took the car home, I asked the driver to stop at a grape stand. It was quite cheap, the grapes, and it was sweet, and also they have the grape juice. I think it's a little bit of alcohol actually, that they made themselves to sell, and I bought one.
Same as I ever was. I do it all because